Welcome back. It's a special edition. But then, isn't every edition I do a special edition? Yeah, it is. But it's Halloween week. Halloween's this weekend, and you know, you're all going off to big parties, and I was gonna wear a costume for this, but I thought I'd just dress up as like a middle-aged Midwestern woman getting ready for winter. Here's my costume. It's not really a costume. It's real. Okay, so pumpkin. I'm gonna do a special drink for you. If you're at your socially distanced parties, and you want to carry around something that's like Halloweeny looking. Okay, you can, there are all sorts of drinks that have recipes that work with dry ice, stuff like that. I don't have any of that, but I'm gonna make a black drink. It's gonna be black, like a witch. Okay, Max, it's all right. I'm just scaring Max a little bit. She's like, "What are you doing?" All right, so this is called the Black Manhattan. Yeah, really. It's basically a Manhattan that's black. No, okay. The difference is that we're going to use this. This is called Averna. Averna, and Averna is an Amaro. So we've used the Amaros before. It's an Italian liqueur, but don't be fooled. It's like 29% alcohol by volume. So instead of using the sweet vermouth that we use in our Manhattan, we're going to replace it with this. Now, what is Averna? Well, I'm going to say, first of all, it's Sicilian, and that's why I like it, because you know what? I'm one of those people that claims their heritage, and my grandparents on my mother's side were from Sicily. Yay! This is from a place called, I gotta look because it's Casa, I'm not going to say it right. Oh, maybe it doesn't tell me. Casa Netta, no, it's a bigger word than that. At any rate, it's from Sicily, and it comes from a region that's like internal, so it's not on the coast. So basically, I've never been there because when I go to Sicily, I want to be on the water. I've gone to a place called Cefalù a couple times, and if you go to the Averna, their website, they have a video right there, and it zooms in over the sea, and what they show you is Cefalù, but it's not where they make this. So actually, the recipe for Averna goes back to northern Italy, back to like 1850 or 1860, and it's credited back to a Benedictine monastery. Doesn't that make sense? Because it was probably medicinal. But Mr. Averna got the recipe, and now they make it in Sicily in this place called Casa Net, whatever it's called, and so it's going to have the sort of flavors that would be common to Sicily. If you want to, start trying the Amaros, this is a good place to start because it's not super bitter. It's actually a little sweet, and what it reminds me of is when I used to live in London. Not that I'm bragging. I used to, after I go to church, I always went across the street to this, there was a Spanish restaurant there, it's not there anymore, and I would get some tapas. No, gentlemen, not topless, tapas. Every time you say that, guys make a joke of topless. No, tapas, Spanish tapas, just drives me nuts. And afterwards, for some reason, even though I'm not a big sweet drinker, I'd get a little straight shot of Pedro Jimenez sherry. And Pedro Jimenez is a sweet sherry. It's thick and it's sweet, and that's what this reminds me of. And it was the only time I ever drank it. It just worked, just a little bit worked right after that meal. I loved it. But I wouldn't buy a bottle and just be drinking it. So Averna reminds me a little bit of that. Careful, Judy. It's a little sweet. And so if you want to start trying these, Amari, one of the Amari is plural for Amaro. Averna is a good place to go. It's accessible. You can find it. And I'm going to say, what order are you going to taste in here? It's thick, pomegranate, orange. Yeah, there's juniper in there actually. Of course, they never tell you the recipe because that's a big secret. That's why, they sell these. They're all like proprietary, right? There's probably more citrusy flavors in there. And it's also it's herbal, it's herbal. So, you might think a little medicinal when you drink it. But, so there we go. It's going to make a drink that's going to kind of look black from afar. It's really just dark brown. But if you like Manhattans, okay, this is the way to go. I'm going to say this drink is not for everybody. I quite like it. It's not for everybody. Oh, by the way, Averna being an Amaro is a digestivo. So I've told you before that, digestivos are great, for after dinner, or even if your stomach's a little upset, but you need to correct something because it's good if your stomach's upset, honestly. If you have heartburn, don't go near any of this stuff. If you have heartburn, don't drink alcohol. I'm telling you, because I had heartburn. I don't even know. I mean, I didn't start having heartburn until I started having, you know, cancer. It was chemo. It gave me heartburn. You know, I thought, well, maybe something like this would help. It makes it worse. Oh my God, does it burn? So don't mess with it if you have heartburn. But if you got a little upset stomach, the Amati are great. Try them. Okay, let's get to the drink, shall we? Okay. So Halloween drink, the Black Manhattan. I'm going to start with the bitters. Yeah, you know what? The recipe probably calls for Angostura bitter and orange bitter. And I'm going to use the orange Angostura, but instead of the regular Angostura, I'm going to use chocolate bitters because you also get a little chocolate. If you have a sophisticated palate, and I don't, but if you really pay attention, there's a little chocolatey flavor too that comes out. So I'm going to, you know, enhance that with my Aztec chocolate bitters from Fee Brothers. Shake them up a little bit, and we're just going to do like 1 or 2 dashes of that. And then we're going to do the same with the orange bitters to complement the sort of orange, you know, the sort of the bitter orange that you're going to get from the Sicilian, you know, Averna, from it being made in Sicily. Okay, so with the booze, now I'm going to suggest you make this with rye and not bourbon, but take your pick. But I will say I've had this and I like it much better with rye, and that does not come down to me liking rye probably better than bourbon, but it comes down to the way it mixes with the Averna and the bitters. I think it's much better. So you're going to do 2 ounces of rye, and then you're going to do 1 ounce of the Averna. Okay? This is a real easy drink to make, and we're going to put it. We're going to stir it on ice. We're going to put it in a coupe glass and garnish it, and try to make it look, you know, I don't know, Halloweeny, whatever. I don't really celebrate Halloween. What's to celebrate? You know, half the time in my life I never had to wear a costume. People are like, wow, nice costume. I'm like, yeah, that's how I look. Come on. Imagine that. Okay, so 1 ounce of the Averna. And then we're going to add our ice in. And I've got my glass chilling, so I'm just going to take the ice from there. We're going to want to stir this. You're going to want to stir it a good long time. So fill your pitcher up with at least half, if not 3/4 with ice. And we're going to give it a good stir. I'm just going to leave that in there for a few seconds and let it stay chilled. This is a drink you want cold. You probably can just hear this, you know, going around in circles while I'm trying to talk and make up stuff. So, I think, you know, we had a question at our meeting the other day. You know, what was your best Halloween costume? And I'm thinking, I don't know. I didn't really ever get into it. When I was a kid, yeah. When I was a kid, you know, nowadays Halloween's different because there's so many crazy people out there. Thanks a lot for ruining Halloween. But we used to go out with huge grocery sacks, and we'd be out all night. I would come back with like a year's worth of, you know, major size, like full-size Snickers bars and Milky Ways and peanut M&Ms. I was like, you know, enough candy to like make a kid happy and sick and like all your teeth fall out. Nowadays, you know, you can't do that, and it's just all different. And of course now with COVID, I don't even know if kids are going trick-or-treating. And then, you know, when people turn into adults, it's just an excuse to, you know, have a party, dress up, and drink alcohol, isn't it? Hopefully you'll do it responsibly. And I think my Black Manhattan's ready. So we're going to take our coupe glass and just take our julep strainer, keep the ice back, and pour it in there. Remember, you want it cold. So chill the glass and get it ice cold in as you stir it. This is a drink that you definitely want cold. Then I'm going to garnish it with a little cherry, my Traverse City cherry, or if you have Luxardo, we'll do that. And I said I would cut my cut my garnishes in front of you, but this needed just like a little twisty, lemony twist, like a narrow one, and I didn't want to bring the cutting board out, and you know, it would take me for hours to do this. So it won't take most of you hours, but you know me, I'm not too good at it. What can I say? So I'm just going to try to get that there so it looks pretty. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that looks kind of black. The Black Manhattan. Let's try it. Salute. Okay. Now, as I said, it's great if you like Manhattans. If you don't like Manhattans, this is not the drink for you. And it's great if you want to go for the Averna, which is going to make it that darker color, so we can call it a Black Manhattan. So it's a great Halloween drink to try. Again, not for everybody, but for Manhattan drinkers, I think you will really like this. And, you know, try it for Halloween, you know, walk around with your cool, you know, black drink with your, you know, lemon twist and your cherry. And, you know, go, whatever, sorry. It was like my witch's laugh, but not too good. So, that's my Halloween drink, and I'm going to get back to more autumn or fall, as we say in the United States of America, drinks after this, and I'll just be doing them until I finally give up and realize that it's winter. And then I'll probably just pull out Scotch whiskey and drink it in front of you straight for the next 6 months. No, just kidding, but until next time, you guys, salute, happy Halloween to you, and hope things go great. Thanks for joining me. Look forward to seeing you.